allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll go to. Bow your heads, please. Let's be thankful for the health that we have. Let's be thoughtful of those that have contracted COVID. Let's be tolerant of our brothers and sisters everywhere. Let's continue the tradition of Rotary in helping our communities, our world, and everyone around us in all of our thoughts and deeds. Amen.
For those of you who haven't gotten a 50-50 drawing, it's there. And Kurt, what are we up to on the?
Somewhere between 481 and 1,000.
Between 481.
What's your range?
Probably closer to the 481 side, but still. Tickets are available.
You got any more change?
Well, we have some visitors today. Jim and Cora, welcome.
Thank you.
Good to see you here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? You can choose one or.
Let me just do it. I'll say it. My name is Jim Hewitt, and we have lived in Richmond, Virginia. Have lived in Richmond, Virginia since 1976. June 30th of this year. We were members of the Montana Rotary Club there, and we owned the home in Sandra quite a few years ago. We owned the home in Lawrence Point since about 12 years ago. And last year was a very beautiful addition of the garage and some renovation. Didn't seem like they'd ever end. But anyway, as of July 1st, we're here. We are North Carolina residents. We've got license, driver's license now.
Yay.
We have 2 children and 2 grandchildren living in New Zealand. So about 4 months of the year we live over there. We actually visit a Rotary Club over there.
Cool.
So now, do y'all do the endless summers that they're in the other hemisphere?
They're skiing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm very allergic to pollens of spring tree pollens and summer grass pollens. I seem to manage to get both of them. I get it, and I get it again. And I was started my life as an accident. I spent most of my career as a workout turnaround guy working for. I was at a consulting firm, but we did most of our work on behalf of banks.
There you go.
And then I'll just say one thing.
Oh, wow.
And I am a physical therapist, educator. I've practiced for final throws of self. It's a specialty health practice from here to here. And COVID hit us as well. So a little stress with that. I've been a Rotarian for 20 years. How long have you been a Rotarian?
Oh, whenever you became president of the Montana Rotary Club.
Cool. Thanks for choosing to visit.
Well, she said Shaver High School.
The reason he said that is his father was a researcher at the so he had national school.
We got a part of the play.
In his senior year. We are high school.
She 11 years old.
Well, it is that meeting And I guess we'll go ahead and I didn't say welcome, I don't think, where's the camera on that?
Right up there on top.
Welcome, Zoom friends.
Zoom friends.
So I'm glad to see that we got it working.
Kinda.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It's got a slight delay, but it probably always did, and we just
Didn't care.
didn't notice that we were by ourselves in our room. So who got in the upper left? Stan.
Oh, that's, sorry. I had to start the meeting somehow.
Yeah. So, well, Stan,
Yes.
our
Oops.
former president, as of 7 days ago, his wife went into labor yesterday with their second child. So I haven't heard if we have a miniature Rob version running around yet, but I suspect that's the case. And if their experience in the hospital was like ours, that first day or two, you are a war out. And I didn't even have the baby, so I can't even imagine. So, well, Stan, would you like to
I would love to.
do the induction?
Glad you're here. President-elect J. One of the finest veterinarians on the island. If you needed that.
One of the best veterinarians at Mount Post.
That's exactly that mouthful we want to have.
You've been selected by the members of the Rotary Club Ffrc guidance affairs during the coming year. You've been entrusted with an important responsibility that will help shape your club's future. Incoming President Jay, you have been elected to office as president of the Rotary Club. It is an expression of their confidence in your leadership. I would let you read this.
All right. I, Jay Taylor, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of president of the First Flight Rotary Club, and that I will, to the best of my ability, give support and assistance to the district governor and to Rotary International, that I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of this club.
If everybody would stand and welcome our new president.
So you can't say anything because I was president a few years ago. That means you guys are the punishment. So, as is normal for the club, we'll also at this point it's do an installation of our incoming officers. So all of you who will hold a position, please rise. You can just stay where you are in your seat. So we'll get close to each other. I'm going to read a little bit, but I will have a question for you in which I would like you to say. Incoming officers, you have been elected to the important position, the administration of the First Flight Rotary Club. This is an indication of your fellow Rotarians' esteem and confidence in all of you. We believe that you will uphold the high traditions of our club, and that you will give the best of your ability to the furtherance of the interests of our club in carrying forward the object of Rotary. Will you fulfill the responsibilities of your offices to the best of your ability and in accordance with the Constitution and bylaws of this club?
We will.
Thank you. I hereby declare the new officers installed. Let's give everybody.
You want to tell people who they are? What their job is? Come on.
Supposed to remember all of that.
Yes.
Mark Cutler, he will be our president-elect, and he gets to be here next year. Our sergeant at arms, Dick Calhoun. John Pucciano, who will be here in 2 years, and Joe Burkowski, who is our incoming treasurer. And I see a smile on Kern's face. So those are who we have here. Oh gosh, I got, well, actually, Lori, you're on too.
Oh.
You're going to be our member at large.
Okay.
So, and kind of in ex officio, because he's going to be attending several of our board meetings. John Polk, because he's agreed to help with the Oink and Oyster. And so, those of you on the board will be seeing him, John, because we're going to get to figure out what the Oink and question mark will be. So, let's do some happy dollars. Oh, before I do that, I would like to say the outgoing officers terms, I think you maybe here today. Thanks for your service and commitment to the club and for keeping things going. And we look forward to seeing you around and staying active in the club. So, Jamie, you doing happy dollars?
I am.
All right, good.
Damn
done.
So you give me some money. Who's got money?
Let's do some happy dollars.
I mean, I was coming for coffee, but come on, ain't none of y'all happy?
I do a happy
Come
dollar.
be happy, Lori.
I'm just gonna be happy because I get to see you and get to see all of you guys and we get an opportunity to all hang together. Happy to be here.
Amen.
And I'm coming back. Right, I walked around.
You can make your coffee.
Who's next? Who's next for me? Come on, baby. Which one you happy about?
I'm happy. My daughter came down and screamed for 3 days. I didn't have to.
Trish, you looking happy?
I am really, really happy, and I'll give $2 because my son finally went away, and I don't have to cook.
Come on, Laura. What are you happy about?
Well, I'm happy to see Stan again.
She doesn't know me that long.
Yay! We're really happy over here.
I'm happy that we're meeting again, and I'm happy that it will help with good smile on Kern's face.
Hey, Joe, I'm so used to taking the money out and going, here's the money from the pot. He goes, oh, not yet. I'm very happy.
Go ahead.
I'm happy, but not $20. I'm happy to become again president-elect. If Stan will remember correctly, I came to him about 5, 6 years, 7 years ago. I was president-elect, and employment took me out of the whole game, and I was really beside myself. I found myself in it again, delighted, and thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
appreciate your contribution. I'm just happy to meet again and that Jamie helped me get this to work much better. And that, you know, it's great living here. It's nice that the tourists are on my street. But it's just a great place to live and welcome, you know, you should have done that a long time ago.
You want to go virtual happy? Anybody got virtual happy dollars over there? All right, I've got one. And obviously, thanks for not saying no, not him. But I will say I enjoyed my year there, and I'm excited to be president. Albeit in some different times, for sure. I don't know if I put this as a happy dollar, but about a year ago, actually a year ago this Friday afternoon, she was passed, but we have a new puppy in the house. And I'll tell you what, our house has needed a dog for a while. So it's good, and she's a great puppy. And this one's for our guests. Great to meet you. And you'll be the second one that I see that's a return, and I'm looking to see if they're out in the yard when I drop my mother. Golden retriever. Yeah. And we got our near Richmond.
Jay,
I got a hound dog that can come hang out with her anytime.
does this mean you take your work home at night now?
Not yet. So Jess isn't about to let that dog go anywhere outside of her arms for a while. But when she goes back to work eventually, then I'll probably take her to work.
Anybody else? Want some change?
$20.
All right, before we get into our kind of meeting today, does anybody have any announcements for the group?
Yes. Since the holiday is over, I'm going to be canvassing for members of the membership committee, because we have to have a real committee. I'm committed to that. I love doing it by myself, but I have to share that joy. And it is. I mean, we had a great year last year because all of you recommended people that I got to talk to, and others that brought people in. We brought in 12 people last year. We only lost 2. We did the best in the district. The district, the zone, all of North America did horribly, probably by COVID. But in our district, we were down 30 for the year. In the zone, which covers from South Carolina through Western Pennsylvania, DC area, we lost 1,200 people. 1,200 returning. That's a whole district. And a lot of it due to COVID, that people aren't meeting. People would say, well, I'm not coming back until you have a meeting. But what was really scary, and how you could see this indicated, in the last week of June, it was 1,000 members that left Rotary. And it's just dramatic to watch that. I get an email every time somebody leaves the district or joins the district. And on those last 3 days of the month of June, it was just email after email. You know, clubs cleaning their books so they didn't have to pay dues for members that weren't really there. We're trying to fix that, but it happens at every club in North America every year. But it was dramatic this year across North America. Usually it's 2%. You can pretty much bank on it. This year it was like 2.9%. And if you take all of North America, that's a lot of Rotarians that somehow we have to go find and replace. So, but not our club. Good job.
Stan,
Sir.
is there any sense at all that some of the people who left when the emergency gets passed, which is both medical and financial for a lot of people, but they might come back to it?
Only if their clubs stay in contact with them. Because if you leave a business, you know, that you're patronizing and you're gone for a couple, 3 months, if that business doesn't stay in contact with you, you're going to find something else to fill that time. And that's really, really key. So, you know, I've been reaching out to our members that aren't on either Zoom or in person, because we have a lot of those. And some of them are very anxious about the virus. Either their health isn't that good or somebody in their household. And I can't blame them. I wouldn't force anybody to do something that they were that uncomfortable with. But we need to stay in contact with every one of our Rotarians and talk to prospects. Okay? It's going to be tougher this year, really. So I urge you, I don't want to pick up.
No, you're good.
They've never asked to pass this governor's office. I'm sorry. But it's really important that each of us think about who we should share this great magic of Rotary with. I mean, it's awesome stuff that we get to do. You know, you guys are visitors. You guys have had great experiences around the world. You guys, I've shared with you, I've been to places I would never have gone unless it was Rotary or Patsy told me. You understand. So, we need to, each of us to share that and just give the membership committee the contact of that person, and we will see if they're interested. Whether it's the timing is right for this club. The other thing we're doing is, how many people we got on the list, Jamie?
28.
28? We have a list of 28 people that Diane Denny has been working on with Jamie. Who else is? You guys, yeah. For a Thursday evening satellite club to this club. 28 people that are interested. I mean, if we got half of them. I know.
Thank
And it's a completely different type of club. It's more social, and they can work out how they're going to do it. One of the other jobs I just took on, at the zone level, I got put on a committee for innovative club. I'm an innovative club advocate for the zone. And my job is to help create clubs that are absolutely non-traditional. They are issue-based. They are based on just about anything that we will make it happen. If you have an interest, there is a new avenue of service. If you guys have been watching your Rotary magazine and other Rotary news, can anybody tell me what it is? Oh my goodness. The environment. So several clubs have popped up already since July the 1st, focused on the environment. The club is totally focused on that. It's awesome what we can do. So go get it. Make my phone work.
There you go.
Sorry.
Thanks, and that's a big part. Membership is huge. I mean, like Stan said, people leave the club for various reasons, and some of them their employment, etc. So they always have to be on it with engaging new people in what Rotary does. So our meeting today, usually we kind of cut it a little short and fine. Yeah, I remember in the past. But we've got a few things we need to chat about as a club, and so we're gonna do kind of a mixed meeting today. It's gonna be a little bit of some of the board agenda items. We really don't have anything to vote on, although I think we can still consider it kind of a board meeting. But I wanted to, and I sent out an email so everybody's got it. The first thing that I wanted to, and this is definitely important for those of you on our Zoom meetings, because whether you can't be here or whether you're not prepared to be here yet, if it's the latter, I think everybody should have a say, and this should be a club-made decision. As you've been seeing, the coronavirus cases have been up and up and up in Dare County over the past about 2 or 3 weeks. Most of those cases, at least to my knowledge, have been from a party of, I just found out yesterday, 100 or so people that they had in Hatteras about 4 weeks ago. And those people spread it to family members and other friends. So, but we are seeing an uptick. And so I want to just put it out there about us continuing to meet. As it stands now, we're going to meet every other week through the summer and reevaluate. Any thoughts on that? Should we change? Should we stay the same? Like it? Okay. Then, and we're pretty close to our quota, so I think we could probably float that for every other meeting. Joe, that you're our treasurer, I want you to kind of follow that guide, and I'm gonna sit down. But I'm gonna sit over near our
So they can.
Zoom people. So y'all don't have to see my back end. I don't know where's the
It's on top of the,
camera. Oh, there it is. So then I think that's pretty easy then. That was my inclination, but I did want to just bring that up to the club and just make sure that everybody's comfortable that we continue. And I think the only issue I would foresee is that if we were to drop down too low below our quota, we're not going to be, we don't need to be paying $50, $60 for money that isn't coming in for our meals. And we're not doing that right now. At least not.
Agreed.
So as it stands, we're going to do that. We're going to have every other meeting through the end of this, definitely the tourist season. And then we'll have a board meeting in a few weeks to a month or so, and go from there and see at what point we're going to try to make a decision whether we start coming every week or not. And that's unknowable right now, just because, I mean, if we're going up, 2 to 10 cases a day, and
We can't hear you.
I'll try it again.
There you go. Thank you.
good?
Yes.
All right, excellent. How much did y'all miss?
What I miss, yeah. What did I not hear? Just summarize what we're going to do.
So we're going to continue meeting every other week in person and Zoom. And fortunately, it looks like we've got it going today. Some of that, and we spoke before, some of that Zoom and tele-meeting, we plan to continue into the future. So Stan is, maybe Jamie is too, or maybe just Jamie is, going to help us decide and acquire at some point the equipment to do a good Zoom meeting. Some of the only real limitation besides the equipment is the bandwidth here.
Right.
Which is probably going to be horrible
Right.
now.
But we got it
We've solved
donated
that.
today by a hotspot.
Okay.
it's donated whenever we need it now.
Okay. So we got a hotspot. Never mind. Bandwidth is good. I've got one too, and sometimes they can be so but
Mine's really good.
Oh, good.
It runs well, so.
So we look for that in the future. We'll probably pass out. That'll probably be a board meeting decision unless it's $100 or something or less, and then we'll probably just get it. But we're gonna get some equipment. Stan sent out. Did you send that to the club or just
No,
the board?
just the board.
Stan sent out an email to the board that somebody had put together for Rotary that had a good summary of different ways that you could set up your meeting for a Zoom meeting. But definitely one of the things that they recommended was a reasonably good microphone and camera, which I think cameras are probably something like this would easily be fun.
Problem right now is availability. You can't find a webcam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everybody in the whole world is.
Everybody in the world's getting webcams. Well,
It's like a
I
bicycle.
have a question for you.
just like toilet paper, it will come back.
Right.
It's on a roll.
Do we have any thoughts, or has there been any discussion in the off week when we're not having a physical hybrid meeting, like a Zoom Cerveza meeting or social?
Well,
whatever?
we'll definitely do a Zoom meeting. So we're gonna meet every week. It's just gonna be in-person Zoom combo every other week, and then on the other weeks, it'll just be a Zoom meeting. And then, like I said, I suspect the end of summer, September-ish, we'll probably go back to every week. But we, you know, just like everything, we're just gonna continue to monitor that for any changes.
Cool. Good job, Jay.
Kind of, you know, I almost started off with this one because when you had your comment, but one of the things that people that are really into Rotary, I think for the most part, is we like to help. We like to help other people, and we like to be involved in our communities. So one of the things that we need to get back into in some ways, and I don't have answers, it's really just an open question to you guys. What's a good service project?
Yeah.
We need a service project, in my opinion. So off the top of your head, what do you think, what would you be interested in doing, or, you know, as far as service project wise?
What's the situation with kids having what they need to do remote learning at home, given our emphasis on education, knowing kids may not, and not all kids have the same resources for remote learning. It seems like it would be a good time to offer up something in that range that might help out.
I think that's a good question for the guidance counselor type people at the schools. They would have and they follow, and my wife's a teacher, so they're following kids, or at least they were kind of towards the end of the year before they said, well, school's going to be done in May, take care. They were following kids that weren't engaging, so I don't know that they'll have that answer right now. They don't even know how they're going to come back to school yet. So I think
It's a good one to watch.
that's a good one to watch, and then maybe teaming up with somebody like their Education Foundation and getting them involved. But
Even if we did a drive for old iPads, old things that people aren't using, and help the school get them into
the school does have that. I think the biggest issue would be internet connection. And just like many problems in society, parental guidance. I mean, if the parents aren't at home, if you know what I mean, they're not. It's harder for them to succeed with their parents not either by their own choice of neglect or not being able because they have to work all the time. So, but I think the guidance counselor at the schools would be a good resource to find the need. I don't think they'll know right now though. So, any other? Yes, ma'am.
I did hear that there's been I don't know about it, but there was a bus outfitted and went into certain neighborhoods, and kids could go in and use computers or whatever in the sort of bus for a period of time, and then they could go home, whether it was playing games or actually doing some educational things. I don't know, but there might be some else to leaderships who might have access to the future.
Okay.
But I also know too that we want Outer Banks Presbyterian,
Mm-hmm.
and there's been a real need at the food bank.
Yeah.
So just even donating food or cooking. I know they've been asking for people to come to cook a meal. So
Yeah.
they offer, I don't even know how often that is.
Okay.
A group could do it. So that's a couple.
Yeah, that would be a good, maybe just a drive to pick up food and fill up the bank. How about you guys? Do y'all have any thoughts on service projects? Rosemary, you could teach us all to sew, and we could rock a mask out.
I think we should do a hand sanitizer handout with a Rotary label on it.
Okay.
Not sure where, but
Yeah.
either people coming in or people shopping.
Yeah.
We
I
put
have sent
a Rotary sticker on it.
it's really hard to get. I'll admit, I get it through my clinic, so. I cheat a little bit and get it a gallon at a time.
I think Tom wanted to look into some kind of mask.
Toilet paper's in these days.
That was last month.
So maybe a hand sanitizer one, something with the food bank.
Or the masks.
Or the mask.
Mask,
Yeah.
mask handout.
Yeah. Get some lye and fat and we'll start making soap.
Did
We don't have a lipo
Did
section.
you guys do that back home? You do that?
Me? No, they just threw you in a ditch and said, now you're clean. Don't come in the house till you're dry. For Southeast Missouri, I mean, water's everywhere. Yes.
I do like the mask idea. The mask idea is great. It's just a matter of logistics in regards to one, get a large quantity of masks, figure out where we're going to hand them out at.
Yeah.
I did order the rotary mask and I'm back order, of course.
Yeah.
So that'd be the thing. Let's brand ourselves, get out there with the public, doors coming in, grocery stores, we'll protect ourselves as best we can at the doors and just offer free masks if somebody needs one.
Fantastic.
Go shopping. Let's just get our faces out there. But yeah, let's start doing stuff.
You know, another good thing we could do, and I could loan, I've got one or two of them I could loan to the college. If we're gonna hand them masks, one of those extended grabbers, just hand it to people that way.
Or we could just do it at Home Depot since only about half of the people there
Yeah.
wear masks.
Yeah, Home Depot is definitely a mask shortage zone.
The guy stores.
The guy stores. So,
Yeah, probably the bait shop.
yeah. You know, when I went to the bait shop, though, everybody was wearing masks. I was surprised. Home Depot, not so much, but the masks at the bait store. There were 3 of us, so, you know, small sample size.
Also, I was talking about projects. I'm trying to communicate with the city of Kill Devil Hills with their Parks and Rec department or their maintenance department to see if there's any mini projects that they just need manpower to do something small, whether it's clean up something. You know, last year, year before, we built a bike rack for one of the parks in Nags Head, I think. So small, short term, doesn't take the whole club, but it does get people involved. So I'm working that angle also.
The YMCA is really struggling at the moment. The vast majority of the kids that are at camp this year are on scholarship. They've had a lot more people that need childcare, and basically the YMCA camps are acting as childcare for a lot of people. And they're operating, of course, they have no money coming in because everybody's put their memberships on hold. Even so very few people are continuing to pay in July because they're not being able to use most of the services. And most of the kids who are there this year are on some sort of financial aid package. And they're trying to move more and more stuff outside. But they've gotten to the point now they need tents and shade. So I tried to make a few phone calls last week and get a few of those big wedding tent sort of things donated, which haven't had a whole lot of luck for them with that yet. But there's a possibility that they're going to need help setting it up. If that happens, we might be able to get a tent donated with the labor to actually put it up and have some shade for the kids, or some of the fitness classes and stuff like that is not. That's something we could look at.
Yeah. You keep in touch.
Tell them I'll donate the sprayer if they'll get a big thing of Roundup so we can kill all the sand spurs in their back. And that would make it better.
Ready?
And if they put their spin bikes out, I'll be happy to get back on the program. Go ahead.
Do we have a adopt a road program in North Carolina?
Yes.
We did.
The club did at one time.
We did. We had the Collington Road.
But at that time, the club was pretty small. Have a good one there.
What time do you have?
11.
2:11.
2:11.
So why don't we do this? We're gonna continue the meeting and stay as long as you would like. I just want to end the official meeting part of this and do the 50-50, so that if those who have to go. So, Laura, you want to give one of our guests opportunity
Yeah,
to?
so they can win.
Customary with our club, or, yeah.
Sure. That way they can win and be obligated to join.
I can give you some number suggestions. You don't even have to look at the one you did.
And then the second one is gonna win a gift certificate to a local business. So if you will read yours first, that's gonna be the winner of a gift certificate to a local business.
All right.
Yeah.
893-439.
Is that over here?
Yeah,
You got that?
that was the 50-50, right?
No.
No. And
You always win,
you will
so.
read your number. This is for the 50-50.
Yes, it is 893-417.
It's me.
Oh,
Here, I'll let you. Lori. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't touch.
She always
George.
did.
Never.
She always says that.
Never win.
Hers right after mine.
All right. I'm glad to lose. We pair it up and goes back in the deck, and we added $60 this week.
Oh, excellent.
So good.
Service above self, and we'll continue. Like I said, feel free to duck out if you need to. So we'll. Hey, very nice to meet you, Jim. Nice to meet you, Karen.
Thank you.
Come back. Have a good one. Absolutely. Come back. Look forward to hearing from you guys.
Look forward to seeing y'all in the hood.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Lori, I'm gonna volunteer you. Because I already volunteered Jamie, and she's hiding in the corner. Like, no, I don't need another job.
What you need me to do?
Would you check with the food bank and see what, how a certain club can help?
That's easy. I'm on one of the committees. I've got that.
Oh, good.
Absolutely.
She's got it. And like I said, they're probably not even
As soon
in
as they
right
make
now.
decisions on
But
what they're doing.
table your thought, and down the road, school comes back August 15th-ish, so they'll know.
They're making a decision soon. I haven't.
They
picked up
have
with-
to. I mean, they
Yeah.
have to make a decision. Prepare. People have to know if they got to get school closed or not.
I'm kidding.
Well, today, everybody got threatened with having their federal funding pulled if they didn't go to schools.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna look, and we'll help as much as we can. I think that project will be one that, like you say, we can get some, that, feet on the ground to get up some old iPads or things like that if needed. The school has quite a bit though. I think the school has one for just about
Well,
every
it's
kid.
just anything to do with remote
Yeah.
learning is they're bound to need help. I
Yeah.
mean, we got kids, I'm sure, that are behind.
Absolutely, they are.
So,
Yeah.
I'll look and see about math and whatnot, and we'll see. I can get some sometimes. It kind of varies, but the only other thing that I still wanted to keep in everybody's mind is the oink and question mark. We had talked about adding something else in.
I had one small idea,
Far away.
or quite a few little ideas. these are just, some names. I was just trying to think about cost wise, how you make money if we did this, will you pre-order, but either the Oinkin hen roast, and take off of roasted women, or it could be the Oinkin rooster roast. We call it Oinkin cluck, or a good one I thought would be Oink, cluck and sip, where it could be pig, wings, and beer. And we could have growlers to go, or 6 packs to go, or something like that, and you could include it all in one pot, and one price, or a bottle of wine. So,
If we did the alcohol, that would probably have to be a commercial. I
oh,
don't,
is it?
yeah, so ABC licenses for
We don't give it out.
organizations, it usually has to be on site. And just like everything with the ABC in North Carolina, you have to get specified beer or beer and wine. And I'm 99% certain they don't allow you to do spirits on it.
Okay, I couldn't remember how that was.
So,
That was to go.
I don't think it's impossible. I think if we joined up with somebody like Brew Station,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
or even Jennifer may be interested in,
What if you do something with the brew station where like if you get a box to go and a growler and we do like pig and a pint? There you go.
yeah.
Longboards has
Oh,
been really good.
I was gonna say, we've
Better.
Longboards has been, I think that if we do anything, they get first dibs on being the helper.
I was gonna say, well, we can't hand it out pints, but to go, it's gotta be like
Big
still
growler.
growlers, but
But-
maybe we
Yeah.
work
But if we
with
use
them.
our growlers as our advertisement, like we did for our,
Maybe we give away like first flight like the small growlers. We could probably even get like Morgan or somebody at Buffalo City to get us the smaller ones
Yeah,
and get them branded.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of fun. A pig and a pint on the road.
yeah,
Like, get it and go.
yeah.
Gary High does stuff like that too, like, the growlers with our logo.
Yeah.
And it could even be one of those things where like maybe
Coffee,
that builds in
coffee,
some
yeah.
like repeat business for next year. If it gets to come back, you can bring your growler and like that becomes an ongoing.
Yeah. The one
Just do
thing I would
growlers like the
say
aprons.
that I think we should keep is, we're not gonna have oysters, because that doesn't really lend itself to game. But I do think we should keep Oink in there,
Oh,
just
absolutely.
because next year, we're gonna have the Oink and oyster probably the normal. And, unless, of course, we kill it in sales, in which case, maybe we'll never have one. I don't know.
It could be the Oinkin no oyster roast. Y'all can say it, Oink.
Yeah,
No.
but I like the
and
chicken. If we're gonna do chicken, we gotta get a chicken fryer now. We gotta,
Wings would be so-
chicken's easy, but you're talking about a lot of chicken.
One more thing, I know we talked about the old names. We could do a half chicken, half barbecue chicken, we could do, I don't know, fried chicken, it's so.
Yeah.
yeah, barbecue's a whole lot easier.
Half chicken,
Oh, yeah, barbecue waffle.
half chicken, and pork, or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if half chicken would be easier, I think it might be easier than doing wings, I just don't know.
Half chickens are really doable. I've done it at my church where I was, we used to do, I think we bought 1,000 chickens and did half chickens, and we sold out every time.
Yeah. Do better than wings, honestly.
Yeah, they do great.
That's a lot of grill space.
Yeah,
They got pig cookers and filled them up. And
I
just
do know
started
somebody
cooking
with
in
a
the
big
morning.
grill besides Mr. Vick. I don't know if he would donate it, but I could always ask. I don't know how big it is, but I know it's a good size one. I'm a welder, I can always make one too. But I have nowhere to put it, so there's.
Yeah.
Well, keep that in your thoughts. Let's keep bouncing around what else, and then, we'll try to get, who's the rest, you're in the marketing world, but you do a lot in the restaurant world too. Who else has done work significantly in the restaurant world?
Don has. Don.
So would you do me a favor and catch up with Don and see what other, I guess maybe one of the things before we start trying to figure it out is what could we do that would be relatively quick and easy to cook, or something like the half bird where you've got, we're already gonna be grilling anyway, so we might as well.
Hot dogs and hamburgers.
I mean,
I guess you do.
it's gotta be something that people are actually gonna want to come and buy and pick up. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, outside of sides, I mean, go with pork, go with the ham chickens, go with some sides.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same
And
size
make a
of
box deal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can get off work, get one chicken, get a little bit of both and some sides, roll it out that way. That way, you look at sauce for the just as quickly as possible. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
A lot more work.
so I have some logistics questions.
Sure.
I'm always the one.
All right.
Do we think that people are going to be, like, granted, the world looks really different, and we've got to find a different way to attack this, but have we thought about, like, I feel like a lot of what comes with that event is the social aspect of it, and the fact that people get to hang out in the tent, and drink beer, and see everybody, whatever, like, are they gonna be that excited about half a chicken and a barbecue plate to come to Kitty Hawk, to pick it up, to pay the money, to, like, there's gotta be some sort of stick, there's gotta be something cool, there's gotta be, like, it just
It has to
can't.
be pre-order.
I
We have to pre-order.
mean, but
Yeah, oh,
that's
yeah.
like,
It's still,
it's still like, there's gotta be a cool factor, there's something about it that's gonna have to be sexy enough for people who want to buy the ticket to be able to come, cause like, let's be real, I can go get barbecue anywhere on this beach.
Sure.
And I don't wanna piss off my friends at Pigman's or Suey's or whoever, like, what are we gonna do that's gonna make it different and special?
Pigman's gonna be pissed off, because I've already
There could be a
talked
winning
to
ticket.
Top Palmer, and he said he would help get the pig.
There could be a winning ticket out of everything that we sell. They could win 50-50, or, I mean, maybe we could do that.
I mean, like, I feel like there needs to be something that's like commemorative or weird or whatever, like whether it's a pint glass to go or the growler or some sort of t-shirt or a hat, like something that's like we make funny.
Souvenir.
Yes, some sort of rotary souvenir that's weird and funny about the fact that we're not doing oysters. Like, maybe it's like the oyster that's standing there like, oh no, like there's gotta be something that's funny and weird enough about it to make people wanna buy it.
We could get a pearl donated and give away a grand prize. The pearl would be a grand prize. A pearl ring, necklace, earring, something like that.
Yeah, like there's gotta be something, cause like, I mean, I love Rotary, but if somebody just walked up to me and was like, we can't have our awesome fundraiser, buy a barbecue plate.
Yeah.
Like, I think we need to be thinking in a
We
way
need
that makes
something.
it,
We
makes
need a
it
marketing plan.
it's gotta be cool and like, in the midst of the world that's already falling apart, like, it feels like one more disappointment not to have something cool to go with it. Like, if we turn it into something that's cool and exciting, and like, oh yeah, then it's not so bad, as opposed to like one more stupid 2020 disappointment.
One of the things that.
Sorry.
What are we raising money for? And so let the folks know where that money's going, what this is all about. That's not going into the Rotary Fund.
Right.
We did that last year with Ffrc, because they got hit with durian. We've done it. We haven't had a consistent, and I don't think necessarily that it needs to be consistent, but we've had several years where we've had a project.
yeah, that needs to be part of it, I think.
Well, I think we've had fun, haven't we? We paid where somebody's money's going.
Yeah,
We haven't, I don't know about every year, but I know that Stan put a nice display up one year. Did you have it up last year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's 2 or 3 years, yeah.
so,
Good point.
good point. So, our options. I like the bird idea, to be honest, because I think we use the same equipment. We don't have to make something at the time. Fried chicken, we'll have to make it right there, put it in a box, so that's gonna be a pain. And we've got a big jug of boiling chicken, put on fire.
That sounds like a nightmare.
So,
Yeah.
And a trip to the hospital, I've seen y'all.
at least on location. I mean, like I said, Jennifer's been there for us for 17 years.
Should we just meet with Jennifer? I'm more than happy to go meet with her too, or if you wanna meet, I mean. and
I
ask
think
her
we get an idea first, because in my dealings,
about her kitchen.
I don't know if she'll,
No.
my guess on that's gonna be a
Well, the
no.
way the world is right now,
Yeah.
and the way it'll be that
I
day.
have taken cooked in van our way,
Yes.
and then basically
Um,
not much more than warmed up.
Actually, the way the church did it, they bought big styrofoam containers, lined them with full. They started cooking in the morning, and then they just stacked chickens in the lined containers. It kept them warm all day. They were still moist because they had all the moisture locked in there with them. But yeah, they started cooking they start cooking about 3 a.m.
Yeah.
on 2 or 3 big pig cookers. And they just keep them going and flying through there. They sold it was such a popular event, and I could probably get the barbecue sauce recipe, which after years and years of doing
We
it.
got it, Marty.
Okay, you got some, okay.
We got it.
Yeah, they sold jars of that or jugs of that at the end, so.
Well, let's continue to entertain, but I think if we can use same equipment and like I said,
In line with the equipment, I think it's important, as awkward as this whole year has been,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to put something on, we keep the look and feel of Lincoln Oyster. Let's have the cookers out in the field, let's have tents up,
Yeah.
let's have the guys cutting up the pork right there. People can smell it, I mean, or at least see it going by, hey, what's going on, longboards, oh, it's rotary, they're doing Lincoln, whatever. Get people, drive up,
Yeah.
I mean, let's at least make it look like,
yeah.
get out, walk around. So let's try to keep it.
Yeah, give it the feel.
And the other thing we could do is have tents where it's almost like a social, you're driving your car and we're all starting out and chat with people. Jamie's gonna get some games or something for us to play.
I'm getting volunteer. I'm gonna pack up my computer and go home.
So let's talk, like you and Don, just try to figure out, see if there's any other options that he can think of. But I think using that equipment or something it's not gonna be a whole different setup that we have to have. And, y'all have anything else?
If anybody's got any ideas or would bounce it off me or Jay, I mean, just throw them out there, guys, because we're looking for it, because crazy when that comes to you. But if you think about it, just shoot us an email.
And most of the work to do whatever we do, at least in the sense of cooking, is gonna happen a few days before or a week or two before. I mean, that's Lincoln Oyster, but we now really in the next month or tops 2 is when we really need to start planning on what, so we can start getting the word out there. Or just planning, like you said, Jamie, make it fun, something really awesome. Because we're definitely not having a Lincoln Oyster. I mean, one of the things that we got that, at least in my mind, we were 99.8% certain, but our insurance doesn't cover COVID-related issues. Rotary sent that email out about a week or 2 ago, so, but we'll figure something out. And just like John said, shoot us an email.
Text.
Go ahead, Derek.
I think it's something given as to whether or not we want to try to use the high school students in order to maintain the continuity so we can go back to our normal pattern.
I don't know that we have anything for them to do. I think we've got enough members.
Getting a lot of people.
I think the other flip side of it is knowing how safe that, 15 to 18-year-olds are. And that's why we have the cases. Most of those kids are 17 to 22 or so. The invincible ones.
But we could still ask them to sell tickets
Yeah.
and participate.
Well, yeah, definitely. But I think hands-on day up, probably
Right.
not, but,
And what do you think about a delivery option?
yeah, I like that.
I mean, we have a lot of
That
Rotarians,
might be where they come into play.
Well, that's
that-
that's what I thought.
Have the band deliver.
or Rotarians, either one, because we'll have fewer Rotarians needed on site. Somebody wants, order 4 meals, or 6 or 20.
Yeah. Well, let's get a plan together, and then I think I like the idea of keeping the band in it. think
So that,
we'll
right,
figure out.
there's some consistency because
Yeah.
they kind of need that too.
They need it, well, we need it, just like I say with the oink, we definitely want to continue them in the group so that next year when we're actually shucking oysters, we've got, 20 kids there to help and help clean up. So,
Good point.
anybody else have anything?
Back to the Zoom streaming real
Yeah.
quick. Have we looked into, or Jamie, have you looked into live streaming from GoPro? That's a definite possibility.
We were actually just talking about that earlier. We could live stream straight to our Facebook page even, like the meetings, but then they're open to everybody, like not just club members.
Yeah.
It might be worth like bits and pieces of the meeting, like doing a live stream, maybe when we do our call to order or welcome guests or introduce a speaker or something, just to sort of keep our pages more active. I mean, the webcam, I think sort of works okay. We need a speaker in here. We need a better microphone that would pick that up. And I think that we might actually,
One to try next time.
yeah. And it might make more sense to even move the TV more in the corner so we can see the whole room.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of awkward putting it up there, but it's stuff we can play with.
If we want to try to dual stream it, GoPro, see if it works, I can bring my GoPro, let's give it a shot, let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it at the same time for a while.
Yeah.
And just start that when the meeting comes to order. So, because like poor Kim had to sit through us eating.
Well, one of the things I thought of is when we do the Zoom, is that we pick an exact time, say 1:15, and that's when the meeting starts. So at 1:15, or probably more like 1:12, we turn it on.
Right. That makes sense.
You gotta, and what Jamie was really referring to is that I'm president now, so we don't want it out there too much on Facebook so everybody can see, or then they're gonna have a hard time with membership, getting people into the club, because they know they gotta look at me, poor guys.
At least you're wearing a mask.
That's well, isn't that? I know, I missed the spot, and I've got a little like reverse mohawk in here from shaving the other day. I thought, well, I don't have to get to that for a couple of days because I'm wearing a mask all day. It's great. All right, guys, let's get out of here.
All right, appreciate it.
Service above self. Thank y'all for staying. Have a great day, Kim.
I guess next week there'll be